Everybody, today we're going to be talking to Ernesto, a good long time friend of the FBI and of myself, and he's in the California Market Center, and he's a showroom rep, a multiple line rep.
Right.
Now, explain a little bit, what is a multiple line rep?
A multiple line rep, it's a sales organization that represents a number of designers. In our case, we represent 12 designers. So what that does, it gives the buyer the opportunity to visit a showroom where they can mix and match and create looks using various designers. So the advantage to that is that if a buyer comes to see line A, they will automatically take a look at line B and possibly mix and match with line A. It's a lot of work for the rep, but it's certainly well worth for everyone.
So how long have you been doing this, Ernesto?
I've been in the business for 44 years. The showroom, I've been in the showroom for 30. So that looks like a small amount of time compared to the whole thing, you know.
Well, one of the things that I get asked so many times is, can you find me a sales rep? I had a call this morning. I've got a line, it's doing very well, she's selling it to 3 people, and she needs a rep. Right? So it may not be a line for you, but I said to her, you've got to find people you can trust.
Yes.
So that's the main concern. I think I gave her your name. I said, at least if Ernesto can't help you because your line is not suitable for his showroom, he may be able to help you, advise you where to go. I think I said you and Michael Cohen over at the Newmark. So people just think, oh, find me a rep, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not only not like that, but there are certain qualifications, certain requirements that the manufacturer needs in order to qualify, not to qualify, but for a sales rep to be interested.
Money.
Money is one of them. Money, first, yeah, money to produce. Like if it's me, I want to know that what kind of experience the person has, like a resume, so to speak. Even if they're just starting, but they've been working for a bigger company for 10 years or 5 years or 20 years, it doesn't matter. I know they have experience, and if they have, I want to know what kind of experience they have. If they have production experience or sales experience, it doesn't matter. Is that experience tells me if they're going to be able to produce the line.
If they realize how complex it is.
Exactly.
It's not just about designing one thing.
Exactly.
And there are so many different things and moving parts to it that you need to be able to work with someone. You're going out and selling their product. You're putting your own reputation on the line.
Exactly.
Going out, selling, showing the line, and then if they can't produce it because they don't have the money or the expertise or they've not got the connections, you're left screwed.
Not only that, but it's the money part, because it costs me money to sell to a store. I have to pay the overhead, I have to pay employees, I have to make phone calls, take pictures, send emails, and the buyer has to come in here, look at the line. If it's a new line, they will buy it based on their relationship with me, because they have the same concern. Am I going to place an order for $1,500 and I'm going to commit those dollars to buy this line? Is it going to be shipped? Otherwise, I'm going to have empty shelves for that period of time.
And you may be ordering a top to go with the bottom that you've ordered, and
exactly,
and it doesn't
exactly
happen.
Then you get the bottom, not top, and like you say, you're screwed. And what happens is the buyer is buying it on my say so. The buyer is buying it because I said, no, don't worry about it, Francis. I vetted this company. They're good.
They got the money to produce the goods.
Yeah, they're going to ship it. The quality is going to be good. And they'll say, well, the sample is not exactly right. Oh, that's just a sample. You know,
in production it will be.
In production it will be fine. So anyway, that's just that aspect of it. But the aspect of coming up with samples, as you know, and I know for all these years we've been in this business, putting up a sample group together is no big deal. That's the easy part. And even if the person thinks they're a designer, yeah, that's all good and fine, but I can go and buy 5 yards of 20 different fabrics and produce a 24-piece line buy a few buttons here and there, make some labels, have a website. Nowadays, that's no big deal. And then the question is, am I going to be able to go back and buy more of that fabric? Am I going to be able to get more buttons? I'm going to be able to, what are the minimums? All of those things. It's quite complex.
Very complex.
It's not scientific in nature. It's not like they're
It's not brain surgery.
No. But it is complex, and there are a lot of details that go into it, for sure, yes, we know.
So if they come to see you and they come in and say, Ernesto, I've got a line to show you, and you're always so good about looking at new lines, I know you are. And then if you feel that it is a fit, then you charge a commission and a showroom participation fee, usually is what?
Usually is what every showroom does. Lately we started charging a participation fee, but normally we didn't. So let's say that everyone charges a participation fee. So if you go to a showroom, it's a two-way street. You also have to be able to trust the showroom. Just like the showroom should be able to trust you and make sure that you not only honest, but that you are able to produce the line and ship it. It's the same thing, because if I ask you to give me $600 a month to be in my showroom, how do you know that I'm not just going to hang on to the $600 and not book any orders?
You got 10 lines and $600, that's $6,000.
That's right.
And you haven't done anything.
Right, and that's why we don't like to charge.
Right.
We don't like to charge also because I don't want the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
If I bring a new line here today it's what, July the 12th or something, I'm not going to see a single order for that line probably until August 15th.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to Las Vegas,
Right.
or in between if there are a few customers coming in. Because the customers that come in, let's say a store comes in with $5,000 open to sale. They're going to buy everything they've already been buying and they're making money with before
Right.
they commit a single penny to a new line, unless it's spectacular.
Yeah.
And even then, they maybe just say, oh, I'm going to try $300. And when is it shipping? And all of that stuff. Test order. And here's the tricky part. So if somebody comes with their collection and they say, well, we're going to be able to ship it for October 30th. Okay, that's fine. What if I only sell 8 pieces or 12 or 15 pieces of a certain style? They're going to say, well, I can't produce 15 pieces. Well, that's something we have to talk about.
Right.
Because, like you said, if in those 15 pieces, there are 5 orders that ordered 3 tops to go with a certain pant. Now we have 5 unhappy customers. And what happens, just like in the food, in the restaurant business, you go to a restaurant, you have a bad meal, it takes about 6 months
Right.
to forget.
Right.
People say, oh, no, I don't want to go there. No. It's the same
not
thing.
gonna go.
You order from somebody, you get the order and it's not right. And really, people are busy. They don't want to mess around with things that are complicated. Life is too complicated already when you run a business.
So sometimes I know when I was working, we get an order, but we hadn't got enough orders.
Yes.
And then we say, well, who were those initial orders placed by?
Yes.
So you can say, well, actually it was Neiman Marcus.
Uh-huh.
And you can say, well, let's do it.
Yes.
You know, we may be losing money on it, but it's marketing because you're building
The
your
brand.
relationship and your
Yeah,
brand.
And your brand.
So if you don't take it, Neiman Marcus will never buy from you again.
Ever.
You're screwed.
Ever. Yeah.
So you have to make that judgment. It's part of building your brand recognition.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people don't understand is that when they're shipping that order to Neiman Marcus, they're not going to make money. They're investing in marketing,
Right.
but they're not thinking like that. They need to think like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
when people go to a trade show and they don't sell one single order. They go there for the first time. They didn't go there to sell. They go there for exposure.
Right.
So
Part of your marketing strategy. You've got to be seen about 6 times
yes,
before anybody recognizes you.
exactly.
You know, so all these
exactly.
buyers who are running around these huge trade shows and they
Yeah.
walk by and it looks pretty interesting. They're going to they're going to see another buyer
Mhm.
or another showroom. So they go, and the next time they see it, it's, wow, second time I've seen that. So it
Mhm.
goes on until they go, you know, I'm going to go into that showroom and have a look.
Yes,
'Cause I've seen it a
exactly.
number of times.
Exactly.
So it's part of that whole marketing strategy.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, tell me what's going on today, because all we read in the news is the bricks and mortar are going out of business, and only online is really booming. But you deal mainly with small specialty stores. Is that what's your read on what's happening?
Well, I'll tell you who we deal with. We deal with specialty stores, we deal with some catalogs, and we deal with some of the mass merchandisers like Ross and Marshalls. They're doing extremely well.
Yeah. But they're discounting, aren't they?
Yeah, but they figure it out right from the get-go, but not everyone can sell to them because the price points don't allow for a profit. And the orders are massive, so not everybody can produce that kind of quantity. But I'll tell you, I was talking to a colleague of mine this morning. She went on the road, and she said she did really, really good. And I think that the advantage of selling to the specialty stores is that specialty stores are still a viable commodity. It's a good venue for the age group that we have here, which is 25 to, there's no more grandma clothes anymore. You know, I call these modern women's clothes, and our customer is anywhere from 25 to 80, but it's not junior tight, super hip clothes, because that market is shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
The market is shrinking because the girls go to buy it at Forever 21, and even Forever 21 is in trouble because they like to buy online. They don't care.
Yeah.
You
so,
know.
so things are, so the smaller specialty stores are still hanging in there, and I also think it feeds into the fact that people don't have the time to shop, to go to the malls, to wander through aimlessly.
Yeah, exactly.
So the shopping kind of habits of people have changed.
So
they're now, they know a specialty store within their area, the Starbucks is there, they'll pop in, and nobody needs new clothes, really, except you buy it to reward yourself.
Right.
So women particularly will go in and think, oh, I've been pretty busy this week, I deserve a $50 t-shirt or something, or a $50 top. And if the price point's right, then you impulse buy.
Oh yeah.
And you know, as my husband said, what is that pile of t-shirts doing up?
Well, it's an emotional thing. Women buy clothing to feel better, to feel good. Oh, I feel great on that dress, you know. So men is a different story, but the stores that are doing really well are the ones that are, from my experience, that are really well merchandised.
Yeah.
We have a customer, for instance, in South Pasadena. I don't know if you've been to this store called Koi, K-O-I. She's so good at merchandising. If you went there today, you walk out with something. Because again, you go like, wow, I can't go on leaving without one of those, you know? And she sells shoes, she sells everything. We have a new line. And this is how interesting is this business. I got a new line, and I showed it to 3 people that have great taste, that I really trust their taste level, and all 3 of them say, that looks like clown clothing. That looks really like Cirque du Soleil. You know, that store in South Pasadena bought $10,000 test. One store only. We took it to the show in San Mateo, which is a regional show, and the San Francisco people are more conservative. We sold it. Here at the market, it sold. All I had to do is to get our salesperson to wear it, and she was reluctant. I don't want to wear it. I said, I need you to wear it. I had to convince her that she looked great. And what's interesting is once she put it on, not only did she look great, but she felt great. She changed, her whole demeanor changed. And this is how fast this industry is changing. The people that have a lot of experience, where, that's.
As you said, the store in South Pasadena, she has the knack and the art to put things together to make it look good.
That's right. She's got the knack. That's the word.
It's all about merchandising these days.
Yes.
You know, we all got the black pants and the black skirts, and it's just about putting it together in a way that works.
Exactly. And the store, even we do the merchandising here, and the store takes what we show them, the way we show it, take it to the store and show it that way, use the same verbiage.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you the story of the Boy George dress. When I was in wholesaling, when I was a jobber, I bought 6,000 of these dresses for $2. I said, I had a customer that would buy anything for $3. This is like 35 years ago. And the $5 clothing store, I don't know if you remember that, but when I showed to them, they said, oh no, we're now changing our buying habits or whatever. Fine, so I'm stuck with 6,000 dresses that they're all green, they're all one size. And one night I get home, and I'm stuck with this dress. I had a huge warehouse. I get home, I watch on TV this Boy George on television. So the next day, wearing a dress just like mine.
Oh, wow.
So the next day I get to my warehouse and I say, how's the Boy George dress doing? Which one is that? Everybody, I have like 4 salespeople. I said, that's the one. Why do you think I bought it? It's a Boy George dress. They all sold like that for a lot more money. And to this day, there's a woman that has it in her closet and said, no, that's my Boy George dress. And that's kind of marketing, merchandising, but romancing the stone, so to speak, because we all wanna, that's why we watch TV and we watch love stories and things that whatever, because we need a little story to go along with whatever we wear,
right.
particularly women more so.
Yeah.
But men as well, so. But it's interesting, one of the things about business is, another aspect of this is that when people say, oh, business is no good, whether they have a retail store or they have a showroom, yeah, but they're driving a $100,000 car and they live in a house where the payment is $8,000. Yeah. Well, if your overhead is, $150,000 a year for personal, well, business is not good, because things have changed.
Right.
But I think the industry is alive and well. I think the specialty stores will continue to be successful at this age group that is a little more mature. The young girls, they just want to go and buy something, the blog. But the Macy's and the Nordstroms and the specialty chains, those are going down the drain, because if I'm a woman and I go to a specialty store, I want to be treated as, oh, that's Mrs. Smith, how are you, welcome, I have this dress, when I went to market, I bought this, just thinking about you. And I only bought 4 pieces, just one is for you. Now, that's why you go to that store.
Yeah.
But at a specialty chain where it's a small store, but they have 300 stores, the people that work there just keep changing. They're not gonna know who you are.
Yeah, right.
And so, but if the price is right, they still do okay. But
so really, when it all boils down to, it's really an emotional business, isn't it? No wonder everybody in it's nuts.
Yeah, it's an emotional experience. That's what it is. It's an experience.
Because it's not clothing that we have to be fed, or it's an emotional reward, or makes you feel good.
Exactly.
Like you're saying.
Exactly.
So, well, thank you, Ernesto.
My
That's
pleasure.
helpful.
Yeah.
And if they've got any questions, they can find you at Betty Bottom.
Yeah, BettyBottom.com.
Okay.
And we have Facebook, we have Instagram, the whole loot, and they can come and visit the showroom if they're in the business. As you know, I'm always willing and eager and happy to help new people in the industry.
So you're in the California Market Center?
California Market Center.
What floor are we on?
Third floor. A347.
Okay, great.
Betty Bottom Showroom, A347. California Market Center, downtown Los Angeles.
Well, thank you.